Hey, and welcome to ICBW. Today we're talking about adding dry hops without opening your fermenter. You have a style like a New England IPA, you don't want to add any oxygen or risk any oxygen exposure. This is a great way to make sure that lid stays closed and the oxygen stays out. First I want to shout out Yakima Valley hops. I'll put Mosaic in this one. So let's get to it, guys. So what we have here is my fermentation setup. We have my all-rounder there underneath the black t-shirt to protect it from the light, because it's not in the fermentation chamber. We're just going at room temp here. It's October. My basement keeps about a 67 degrees, so we're pretty safe with just letting it ride. So we're doing that for our ales. But we got a New England IPA in there. We're going to show you the trick to be able to dry hop that without having to open things up and expose to any oxygen. So, quick, we'll go over my setup for my fermentation under pressure. We have our, lift this up, all-rounder down there. Let's stand. Look at that good color on that NEIPA. Lift it up. You see the Croizon is under pressure, so it's not quite as fluffy as it can be. You see, I'm getting a pretty better reflection from my light, so maybe see that better there. But it's going good. We pitched, did a starter and pitched it this morning, and it's already dropped a number of gravity points, so going strong. You can see here we have our Kegland spunding valve. I use Duotite for all my lines, so it's super convenient with the spunding valve, and you can obviously see that we are way up there in PSI. That's why we got this handy guy here. Also a Kegland one, works with the Duotite fittings. We're at 20 PSI. So this thing works great, but the gauge only goes to 15 PSI. It can obviously continue spunding well beyond that, as you can see. I'll go, here's my hop bag here from the dry hop I collected the other day, and Wild Star Sand, 5-star chemicals. Oh yeah, of course, Yakima Valley hops. Go down, we have our blow off that goes to our keg. This was full of Star Sand up until about midday today. And you can see here in the bucket, just an old bottling bucket, we have our 5 gallons of Star Sand that got pushed out of there, and it's just absolutely bubbling away, just going to town, right? It's been great. Nice healthy fermentation so far, and we're about where we want to be for our dry hop. Now, I can zoom out a little bit here. We'll take our t-shirt off and show you what we got going. There we go. Now, alright, so inside this fermenter, we've got, you can see it hanging there, a hop bag. I think it's a 8x8 hop bag, with my 8 ounce of Mosaic and Hallertau Blanc hops. That's going to go in this beer, Crouzon. Now, you see these? You can see it wiggling around on the inside when I move that. Those are sous vide magnets. They're silicone coated magnets, so they're food safe. They can go in the beer, no sweat. And they are holding, and it's hard to see, but in the inside of that bag, right there, there's also a magnet inside the bag, and they're just suspending this right above the beer. So it hasn't actually come in contact with the beer yet, but it's just sitting there all, well, there was oxygen in it, but the fermentation has pushed all that out. And we're just waiting for the dry hop. Now, when I want a dry hop, all I have to do, lift this off, magnet drops down, falls into the beer, the bag is open, it's just kind of rolled up here, and I have this one inside the roll on top. So if I drop these two, this one will stay connected and the bag will open up, and it should. should release all my hops into my beer. So, I think we're about ready to do that now. You can see, oh man, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but we got real good bubbles coming up out of there. That thing is healthy, going fine. We got a nice big yeast cake forming. This is going to be great. Good fermentation. Thanks to that imperial yeast. So yeah, we're gonna drop this in, and hopefully everything goes as planned. There's one. Oh no, we lost our top hop. Let's see if I can get it again. So what happened is I dropped the first one go, and then the middle one, the force of it falling down. Sorry, I lost my camera for a second. I'm trying to concentrate. The force of it falling down knocked the middle one off, but you can still grab it a little. I'm going to move this a little closer to the edge, and hopefully, look at that. Oh, I can just open that up. Obviously, we sanitized all this stuff before. And maybe we can lift this up. You can see, if I hold the camera the right way, you can see the hops all spreading out, getting all in there. We're going to wave it around, get it soaked in. Oh boy, that looks good. You can see all the, I don't know if you can hear, the bucket is just going nuts, because all that CO2 in solution is just coming out when it's in contact with the hops. It's just going to town. You can hear it pick up all of a sudden. Look at, you can see the bubbles just coming out of that like crazy. Let's see if I can turn my light. You can see better. Yeah, there you go. Just coming out like crazy. All right. But so yeah, that's a good tip. I'm going to wave this around for a little longer, get everything all mixed in there. And hopefully, then I'm just going to pull this one, and we should get our nice dry hop dose without having to open our fermenter.